All right, music fans, welcome back. It's Dave, the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people just like you and me. The review of the reviewer returns. Fleetwood Mac soars and dips at first San Diego concert with two new band members. This by George Varga and from the Chicago Tribune. Ouch, the newly revamped lineup of Fleetwood Mac that performed Saturday at San Diego State University's Viejas Arena didn't begin its concert by burning in effigy recently ousted guitarist and singer-songwriter Lindsey Buckingham, at least not literally, nor did the 51-year-old band, now touring with two new members in its place, display any photoshopped pictures of Buckingham being poked in the eye on any of the three video screens. But figuratively and musically, double ouch. Ouch and then double ouch. Okay, so he's making the point here that it seems like the band is kind of giving their middle finger to Lindsey Buckingham. The new old band, which fired Buckingham in January, kicked off its hits-fueled 2-hour Saturday concert here with an especially impassioned version of The Chain. Not coincidentally, Fleetwood Mac performed the same song to open its 2014 Viejas Arena show where Buckingham was still front and center. It was the second song played at the band's 2013 Viejas Arena concert. Okay, a lot of details. A standout number from Rumors, Fleetwood Mac's classic 1977 album, The Chain, was co-written by Buckingham and the group's four remaining veterans, drummer Mick Fleetwood, bassist John McVie, and three longtime members who joined in the 70s, singer-keyboardist Christine McVie, and Stevie Nicks, Buckingham's former girlfriend. And, of course, Buckingham himself. A Love Gone Wrong song, The Chain is also a tribute to tenacity and overcoming obstacles. Those attributes have defined Fleetwood Mac through its numerous lineup changes, including Christine McVie's 16-year absence between 1998 and 2014. Post-Buckingham, The Chain's haunting refrain, I can still hear you saying, you would never break the chain, now has a new, unmistakably defiant, in-your-face tone. You think? True, no one sang the words, we're doing fine without you, Lindsey, but that seemed to be the underlying message from the band, which has replaced Buckingham with former Crowded House singer-guitarist Neil Finn and former Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers lead guitarist Mike Campbell. Buckingham has filed suit. Now, of course, this was written prior to what we learned yesterday, which is they've settled the lawsuit. Buckingham also had two replacements in 1987. This is good here. To focus on his solo career before returning to the band the next decade. And as was the case when Billy Burnett and Rick Vito filled in for him 31 years ago, Finn and Campbell, two formidably talented music veterans, couldn't quite fill the void left by Buckingham's departure. So the two guys, according to this reviewer, can't fill the void. Both performed with skill and taste as they helped deliver such Fleetwood Mac staples as Dreams, Rhiannon, Little Eyes, the Buckingham penned and newly prophetic Go Your Own Way. But neither could match the edgy, sometimes manic energy Buckingham previously brought to the band. Moreover, his meticulously constructed guitar parts required Campbell to play most of them note for note, which, by the way, he plays them note for note, but not using the same tone or style or dexterity. Just throwing that in there. Finn, likewise, did his best to replicate Buckingham's sturdy vocals, even if his higher pitch sometimes made Finn sound more like Graham Nash. See, this guy is good, because he's doing very fair comparisons and stuff. So, as a result, it was difficult for either of them to inject anything new or different into the songs. Of course, doing so might have been tantamount to treason, musically speaking, which made their tasks all the more defined and constricted. Okay, they start changing up these songs, folks. People are going to head to the concession stand even faster. It's possible the two newbies were being overly respectful to the legacy of Fleetwood Mac and the songs themselves. Whatever the reason, it's telling that 2 of Saturday's crowd-pleasing highlights were cover versions: Crowded House's luminous Don't Dream It's Over and Tom Petty's Free Fallin', the latter of which featured the often tired and flat-sounding Knicks. And that was the most spirited singing of the night. Okay, so I'm just going to stop right there. Well, no, let me skip down. This is important. The audience appeared to be close in size to the 10,000 fans that turned up for Fleetwood Mac's sold-out 2014 concert at Vejas Arena. Now get this. Live Nation, the company that promoted both shows at Vejas, declined to provide attendance figures for Saturday's performance, unlike in 2014. Okay, for all you folks that think that when we talk about Live Nation and all this stuff, there you go. They won't provide attendance figures. They don't want people to know if it was selling really well and doing so great. I'm sure they would be very boastful of it. So what do we get out of this review? Well, and there's more to this review. Those are the real highlights of it. I think this reviewer was fair. He was actually probably a little more diplomatic than I would be, but he certainly came through with some facts and some relevant information. It wasn't just a candy-coated, they're better than ever, fresh energy, wonderful. This was, one singer sounds tired and flat, and her best song is actually a cover version. And the 2 biggest songs of the night, the way they were received, weren't Fleetwood Mac songs. That's tragic, okay? And that shows you that when you do songs that aren't Fleetwood Mac songs, it alienates the true fans, but the casual fans think it's great. You just get up there and, do like, do some more Tom Petty songs and probably go over well. Do random songs. Do a Don Henley song. Stevie was involved with Don Henley. Do Leather and Lace. Let Stevie sing and let Neil Finn sing the Don Henley part. And fans will just love it. They'll eat it right up. And this shows really the difference between, again, the casual fan and the serious fan, and the fan who understands why it's a tragedy that Lindsey Buckingham isn't in this band anymore. And I can't stress that enough. I'd like to, it would be nice to just say that these guys sound okay, and they picked the right people to fill. But let's just be honest, there was nobody out there who could do this. And this reviewer proved it, because this has happened before, and he mentioned how those 2 other guys couldn't fill the void before. So there you go. The review of the reviewer, and this reviewer gets it. All right, talk to you soon.